Bandwidth for First Updates Now is supported by AndyMark. Are you competition ready? Go to andymark.com and keep your team inspired. And by the Blue Alliance. Keep up to date on all live and archived First Robotics events and team stats at thebluealliance.com. First Updates Now is brought to you by viewers like you. Fun relies on the generous support of our fans in order to continue to keep creating content. Please consider donating, giving bits, or subscribing. Subscribe for a few bucks a month or for free through Twitch Prime. And don't forget that our subscribers get 5x chance to win on all giveaways. Coming up on First Updates Now, it's Houston Championship FRCTop25. We'll give the rundown of the top 25 teams as voted by, get this, a record 545 votes coming in. Amazing. We're so excited. That's from you, the FRC community. So we can't wait to talk about it. We can't wait to talk about, of course, there's going to be a couple snubs with that still as well. We have an interview from Israeli team 1577 Steampunk. And we'll also take a look at the events in China to start pumping up the Houston Championship. Of course, we'll also answer your your questions and comments in chat live. Reporting for First Updates Now, I'm Tyler Rolds.
And I'm Mike Stark.
I'm Justin Montoys.
And I'm Christina Tia.
Christine, it's great to have you back. It's been a few weeks. What are we expecting from you today? What are we going to see?
So I'm glad to be back, number one. But we're going to be getting a drawing of that awesome photo that Tyler posted on the Facebook post for tonight's show of all of the epic California teams that seem to have the same intake. And apparently it is from 254, but I've heard other things. So I'll be drawing tonight.
That looks really cool. And of course, this will be given away during the end of the show as well, guys. So if you want, this is drawn live in the show. We're going to give it away. Christine's giving it away, really. So thank you to her and Wordplay all day. If you're interested in this, make sure you either follow or subscribe to First Updates Now. Subscribers do get 5 times luck on drawings because you are directly supporting us in creating content, and we want to thank you so much for doing that. If you're watching on the Blue Alliance Game Day, we'd love to have you watching, but make sure you hop over to our main channel if you want to either donate for First Updates Now or subscribe as well too. You'll need to do that on our channel. So just go ahead and click the little Twitch button down there. That will get you over there. We need your help to continue making great shows, guys. We are supported by you, the community, and we need more and more. We appreciate everybody who stepped up. And good news is right now there is a ridiculous sale on Bits, which is their in-game currency. Where you can essentially donate to us. It shows up. We actually just had an awesome donation just a moment ago from Gray Phantom Delta, giving 600 bits cheering for us. Gray Phantom gets a cool badge as well for that. But you can get 500 bits, which is $5 essentially for 99 cents right now. It usually costs $7 because Twitch takes their cut. But 99 cents gets you $5 to give to the fund. This, guys, if you want to step up in a big way, please do it tonight because this deal is going to not last very long. So please help us out. We would greatly appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who has stepped up so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have a guest interview. We like to, try to keep the guests live, but Tyler was nice enough to take his time to record an earlier. And Tyler, I have to assume it's kind of the time difference. I don't know what it is, but it had to be significant.
Yeah, well, they're flying from Israel to Houston. So.
Oh yeah, so the interview is with Team 1577 Steampunk out of Israel. They're arriving in Houston momentarily. So 1577 is on a tear this year. 2 district wins, a district championship win, and they'll be in Houston with an amazing buddy climb, great scoring mechanism. So let's take a look at this interview.
Hey everybody, we're going to do this interview a few days before because we have a fantastic guest on right now. We have Lidor Kaplan from team number 1577, who has an absolutely phenomenal season. And we wanted to catch him before he boarded his flight to go out to Houston because, Lidor, you're going to Houston Championships. You guys have had a great season so far.
Yes, thanks. We try to do our best this every year and this year in special. Until now, it's go well. We hope to continue this amazing season also in Houston Championship.
Absolutely. And you've been in first for 10 years. You're an alumni of 1577. You've been mentoring since 2014. And actually, when we're interviewing this right now, it's your birthday. So happy birthday as well to you. Give me a little bit. How did you get started in first, and what team were you on originally?
Originally, I'm starting the FLL. Just one day, a teacher came to school and asked if someone wanted to join the robotics team. I didn't know if I wanted or not, but then she asked me specifically, so I said, "Yeah, I will try."
Sure.
And this is my 10th year.
It flies by, right? So like this is 18 for me, and it seems like every year it always stays fresh, and it's always fun each year. So let's talk about 1577. You guys have had an absolutely just phenomenal year. You won both your districts that you were at. You had a huge one at the district championship as well. So take me through what's really been a lot of your keys to success this year here in 2018.
I think the upgrade we made, it's like in two terms. One, it's to set very well our goals. We set very clear and straight goals in the start of the season, even before. And the second thing is we prepare better than ever. We upgrade our machines, our machining tools and technologies, software, electronics, bring a new CNC to our facility. Even got a new facility with a new field, full field that we can practice like the real event.
Absolutely. So you guys are obviously gearing up for Houston. Let's talk about first in Israel as well, though, too. I mean, there's been some tremendous growth, especially with districts. We're starting to see more and more fantastic teams from Israel come play at the championships. So what do you attribute all that to? Is that because of districts? Are we just starting to see better robots coming to Israel, or are people just starting to notice Israel a bit more?
I think the district event is the second thing that get all the teams like better, more chances to iterate, to improve. It's fantastic. Until 2017, we got only one event. If a team wants to compete in more, all the team need to fly and to United States.
Yeah,
it's super
very
expensive.
Expensive, exactly, right?
And students can't do it in the middle of the season for like 2-3 events, included championship. Yeah. It's crazy. So the decision that First Israel did was great for the teams. You can see that teams are iterating, are changing. Also, our team, if you can see, the most obvious thing is the climbing mechanism, that it's little change. We did some changes from District 1 and 4 and to the District Championship. It worked well in District 4 event, but we can do it better. We can do it like excellent.
Yeah, you never stop iterating, right?
Yeah, and it's not just ours. The district events allow you to keep iterating and improving. This is one of the clear lines that we say, even we do well in event 1, even we do well in the second event, we can't say it's good enough. Our goal is need to be to the championship in the highest level. This is the goals we set in the start of the season, and even we won our 2 events, we say we need to change and keep iterating and improving for championship, for district championship, and also for Houston. And this is what we are doing.
So let's talk about championships a little bit coming up. 2 questions I want to ask you is one, looking at some of the other Israeli teams, you mentioned a couple of them already. What other teams do you think really have a good shot at making Einstein this year from Israel? Who should people be on the lookout for? And then second, I'd like to hear a little bit about preparations for traveling international, for traveling to the States. It's obviously you have to ship a whole robot. You have tools and of course, batteries are a big thing too. We've seen there's a call out to get batteries for you guys' team. So what do you like? What our teams are there? What do you prepare for? And then how can we, local teams in the States, help you guys out?
Okay, so I will start from the elite teams you should expect for in championship. I won't talk about my team. We talked before, so I will talk about another teams.
Yes.
The first name it's Miskar 1574. We play together with them in 2 events, including the disc championship. I think there are 2 special teams that give them a big advantage. One, it's their body bar, the famous one. 610 also took the cards from them and built also one like this. It's really efficient. The only thing you need to have a body that know how to climb, but in the highest level, I think you will get an alliance and other teams that can climb on you. It's super effective and quick, so they can use it effectively. The second thing that they can put the cubes very high on the scale, even like 3rd or 4th floor without any problem. So they can reach the highest of the highest level. Another team that I want to talk about is Orbit 1619. They didn't won any event this year, and neither last year.
They didn't last year either, yeah.
Yeah.
But they always do well at championships.
Yes, you know their name. They reached in 2016 Einstein final, and in 2017 like cover finalist. This year they started with a ramp to lift another robot. It didn't go well like they think it will be, but it do some changes, add a different climbing mechanism. They are going to change a little bit their intake to the championship, right? Like new auto modes, and now they're able to flip the intake for both sides very quickly, very easily. They should have 3 cubes to the scale in autonomous. You should look out for Orbit. I think one of the teams that can load up the scale very quickly, very efficiently in the start of the match. Their first cubes they put, it's amazing. It's like 30 cents. Yeah.
I'll say, give me one more team, then we'll move on from there.
Okay. The last team, I think it's. I have a few, but I will say Bumblebee, and I choose to say Bumblebee 33-39 because they are experienced in the World Championship. Yes. They already been twice in Einstein. We played with them in the first time for playoffs this year in event 4 in Israel. Very talented guys. They got an amazing scouting mechanism, very well softwaring. They can put cubes very well in autonomous. I think they're a team that can reach the scale the fastest in Israel in the autonomous for the far scale of the scale. They can grab cubes in any orientation, and they just keep iterating like everyone. They do well in double climbing. They don't have a special mechanism for it, but they can put the hook and move away. We did it with them very successfully in our events. I think this is the last team I want to mention.
Yeah, and we can never mention them all, right? But so before we go, we're running a little bit short on time. What is for you guys coming to Israel? Coming from Israel to the States. Is there anything that we can do, teams that are at the Houston Championship, to help you guys out? I know there's things with customs that we have to deal with. What can we do to help you guys out? What are you looking for?
I think, like you said before, the main issue is with batteries, because the costume don't let you take your batteries from Israel to United States. So I think this is the biggest issue. If teams can bring, I know it's like will be 1 day notice, but if teams can bring batteries, it will help a lot for not only the Israeli teams, all the international teams that can't bring their own batteries.
Yes.
I think the second teams, but all the other teams is minors. Not everyone can bring their own cart because you can't fit this gigantic robot DC and a cart in the box in the crate.
So some sort of robot cart or like a dolly device to help you guys move your robot.
Yeah,
okay.
I think this is the main two things. Yeah, this is it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Safe travels. Well, you'll already be in Houston by the time this airs, but we look forward to seeing your team. I have high hopes. I know you do as well too, and I can't wait to see you guys in Houston. We'll check back with you in Houston. I'll be down there and hopefully have some more the show after the Houston Championship. Good luck.
Thank you very much. See you in Houston.
Sounds good.
All right. Great video by Lidor. Thank you so much for working with our time zone, and Tyler, thank you for doing that, guys. That was a great interview. Thank you. So we may or may not be talking about steampunk in this top 25, but with that being said, we want to once again thank you so much to the 545 that submitted votes this week. That is an all-time record, and we are so excited to be able to talk about these teams. So what we did is we took all of the votes and obviously tallied them up, and we did it's doing one top 25 for both championships. We did one for each, not like a combo. We did one for each. So this is going to be the Houston top 25 that we talked about today, and then next Tuesday we'll talk about the top 25 for the Detroit half championship. So we just did in order of how they came in. So a team that's first in Houston may have been an overall place, or could have been overall first, like that. We will release that list, Tyler, I believe.
They'll be after champs for sure for the final one. So yeah. So somebody asked, should I vote for all teams? Yes. This is you vote for all teams, and then we just break it out, because with 550 people voting, we can definitely get tons of teams. I think there's something like 700 teams that showed up on the list at some point.
Yeah. So, and in tradition that we started, I think from the beginning, we will be handing out stickers again this year to each top 25 at each championship. So Tyler will be handing them out, I believe, Friday morning.
Yes.
This Friday morning for Houston. And then in Detroit, Tyler, Justin, and I will be handing them out probably as early as Thursday morning, possibly Wednesday night if I get there in time, but a little bit earlier in Detroit. So we'll be coming to your pit in a moment and just checking out these robots that we'll talk about all year.
Yeah, so let people know in your pits, by the way, that we might be coming by. It's interesting because usually we get like about half that are like super excited to know what's going on. The other half look at us like we're some weird people, which we are. Don't get us wrong.
True.
But yeah, guys, be excited about this. This is pretty awesome for your team to be recognized by the FRC community like this.
It always is a little kind of awkward, and they're like, "Wait, what's this for?"
Yeah, it's always there's always a few.
Yeah. All right, so don't forget, we have some brand new apparel available for you guys from First Style, including an option to let you know and let everyone else know that you were featured here on the Top 25. Also, like we've done for the past few years, we'll have a special FRC Top 25 Houston t-shirt that will show all the Top 25 teams that are going to be featured tonight going to the Houston Championship. So we're trying to keep those costs super low. $5 is the shipping cost to the U.S. and Canada. We also have international shipping available. You can find that apparel link at firstupdatesnow.com, which is our website, or you can go to shopfirststyle.com. We also have a 10% off coupon available that you can use. Use code FUN10 to get that discount. And again, we'll have a Top 25 Houston special shirt available for you and your team, which will appear on the site.
Or
right
anybody.
after. Yeah, right? Anybody. Actually, it's been a really popular shirt for the past few years. It has all the teams on the back, including a little stylized, I guess, accented area for the number one team. So that's a really cool shirt. So be sure to pick that up. Yep, and we'll do the same thing for Detroit.
Absolutely, we will. I'm not sure about a final one, guys. Just a heads up, we're still trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do for final top 25. The fallback, no matter what, and not any fallbacks, but it's what we've done prior, is that we'll take the votes and then give a top 25 for pre-champs. We traditionally have not done stuff after champs. We did work with looking forward a little bit last year, but we'll let you know what's going on with that. No guarantees on anything yet, but just want to be transparent with you, just so you know what's going on. All right, so with that said, guys, let's jump into the top 25 for Houston Championships.
Yeah. So I'm excited, Justin. It was kind of fun, like reliving. This is kind of the one where we kind of get to go back through all the events that these teams did. A lot of these teams just played last week or the week before in district championships. So it's kind of cool to kind of bring it full circle and then just talk about how these teams are going to do and kind of their history. Sometimes I kind of got into the history of some of these teams at championship.
Yeah, and I was actually kind of going through it thinking about, how long has it been since we've talked about some of these teams? But at least the teams I covered, I feel like we've talked about them all fairly recently.
Yeah.
In years past, I feel like there's been a team that, made the list in week 1 or week 2, and that's kind of the only event they competed in, and then they kind of showed up again at the end. But at least the teams I had, they've been pretty consistently on our list. Week after week.
Yeah, I had definitely had one that I think competed early on. Had 2 regionals early on, but are still, the voters still really got out there. They still remember them, so that's always great to see.
Yeah, and with 550 votes or so, I think we're really starting to see this start to spread out quite nicely. We're getting a good mix of pretty much from everywhere now, and I think the polls are starting to become quite accurate. They're always going to be subjective, obviously, but I think we're starting to get a really good mix of teams and teams that are very well deserved as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
All right. So that being said, we're going to kick it off with our 25th ranked team. That's going to be Team 3339.
From Kfar Yoma, Israel, it's Bumblebee, 32-15 overall. Were the winners, the number 4 Israel district event. So after winning that district event and at the district championship most recently, Bumblebee went 9-7 and played themselves into the semifinals before losing to the eventual Israel district champions. They're bringing their 2-stage elevator and the ability to skinny climb to the hopper division at the Houston championship. And I really think that skinny climb is going to be really valuable as they get paired up with a lot of other teams that kind of have a solo climb and also have the ability to skinny climb themselves. So the ability to seed higher will certainly be in their future, and there'll be a strong international flavor to the Houston champs, as there always is, as well as here tonight on the top 25. So good luck to 33-39 Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm. So we've seen, you may mention, we've seen a lot of, and I think we'll be talking about a couple more, but these Israel teams have just been, as a group, collectively getting better and better together over the past couple of years. So we'll be talking about a couple more of them.
All right, moving on to the 24th ranked team, Team 3309.
From Anaheim, California, and Servite, Cornelia, and Rosary High Schools, it's the Friarbots. With an overall record of 36-11, they were the winners of the Aerospace Valley Regional. So with a win fresh in the voters' mind, the Friarbots have a finalist and a gold medal and a regional chairman's award as well under their belt as they head into the Newton division. This weekend are ready to keep this climb going. So 11 losses on the year, but 7 of those came in their first regional. So they really didn't make the playoffs or like maybe a quarterfinal outing, then finalist and then winner. So really have just steadily gotten better over the course of this season. They place cubes in auto, have a nice co-lift there, which has really helped their success as well. I expect them to be behind the rankings on Newton. They took the number 2 seed on Hopper last year. But a quarterfinal exit there. So look to kind of go a little bit deeper in the playoffs this year. So congrats to 3309, the Friarbots, and good luck in Houston.
Yeah, these guys lost in Arizona North, Mike, in the quarters against the 987 Alliance.
Yeah,
there. So definitely cool to see the improvement that they've had, and getting 2 blue banners this year definitely looks good for Friarbots.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I mean, there's several of these teams that are competing. They have both. We've talked a lot about a lot of clean blings this year, and so they kind of go in double invested, right? So that's kind of an exciting time for these teams where they're going in. They have a good robot to go in, and they're going in and competing for a chairman's award as well. So
absolutely
very cool. All right, so we'll move on to our 23rd ranked team, and that's Team 1986.
From Lee's Summit, Missouri, Lee's Summit West High School, it's Team Titanium, 27-16-0 overall, and we're the winners, the Greater Kansas City Regional. So after sitting out the elimination rounds at their first event, they won the second event of the year by seeding first, and their third event of the year, they also seeded first, but they were upset in the quarterfinals with the number 8 Alliance. So it's certainly been a roller coaster of a season for 1986, but their strong machine will get yet another chance to shine in the Galileo division at the Houston Championship. So keep an eye out for the fast green machine from 1986, Team Titanium. Man, their season has been just up and down.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, there's no other way to describe it.
Their robot's still fantastic. We've talked about this before at the Seven Rivers Regional. I mean, they did truly get outplayed by the number 8 Alliance in quarterfinals, but part of it was death by serpentine by then, or just not the right pick. One of the two happened. Their last Alliance partner just did not perform. They pretty much were exclusively vault, and they were pretty much about a minute and a half in before they got 4 cubes in the vault. So that's obviously way too slow when you're against 3 scale bots there. So I think 1986 is going to do well. They're obviously going to seed quite high with their buddy climb that is very efficient and works really well. So are they a top tier team? I don't think so. I think they're close. And we'll see if any improvements have been made to that. But I put them at a high tier 2 team right now.
Yep.
They're one of my favorite teams to visit at Championship. Obviously won't be able to see them this year or any year.
Real quick, somebody asked in chat about why aren't they going to Detroit? Missouri switched this year to Houston. That's why. So that was one of the specific states that was switching over to Houston in 2018.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. I got to see them at least.
Yeah, you do. But yeah, one of my favorite teams to visit and to talk with and check out their robot with. Always got good stuff going on. So,
all right, I want to move on.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, to the 22nd ranked team, Team 1690.
From Ben Yamina Hazavan, Israel, it's Orbit. They have an overall record of 35-17, and they were finalists at the Israeli District Championship. So we saw Orbit once and only once on the Week 5 results after their District Championship finalist appearance. But however, another highly successful year for Orbit as they were finalists at the number 1 event and semifinalists at the number 3 event. At the District Champs, they would rank 8th, but would be taken 2nd overall. They're able to place 2 cubes on the scale in auto. They run efficient cycles from there and just hang at the end. They'll be competing on the Carver field, and they were finalists last year in the Carver field. So kind of they're going to represent the division again this year in Einstein and do it well. So congrats and good luck to Orbit in Carver. So it's kind of cool. Like Justin, we had a streak with 340. I think we were on the Newton back when there was only 4. We were on like the Newton division, what, like 5-6 years in a row or something like that. I don't know if he remembers.
Justin was muted one time.
There you go.
GD. Anyway, yes. So it was Newton was home for a while there. It was just every year. It was just like Newton again. Yeah, this is where we were comfortable. It was cool.
It was that corner of the dome. Yeah. So 1690 Orbit, good season. They'll be back on Carver. I think 2 years in a row. So
and Carver is not one of the strongest divisions at the Houston Championship. I covered Carver last night in our Houston preview. And if you guys haven't checked that out, that's on YouTube. And I did actually put them in for my lock. And I know some people were questioning that because why put a team in for a lock that hasn't won an event in 2 years, including this year. And 1690, I think, has the capabilities to get where they do. They do historically do better at championships. And if you saw them at the Israel District Championship, their 2 cube auto was starting to come together. Their elevator works well. There's just a couple consistency things that they need to lock down. And I think they'll have a great opportunity. Now they are going up against a couple other great teams like Jack in the Bot and Bomb Squad and that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see where they fall in that, because if they, I don't think they have a great shot at taking the number 1 seed in their division. I think Bomb Squad has almost a lock for that. So it'll be interesting to see if they are compatible with Bomb Squad or if they're going to go with somebody else, maybe from the PNW.
So not to put you on the spot too much, but as you were kind of looking through your lock, so what were the features of when you looked at a team to consider them a lock, what were you kind of looking for?
So for me, potential, I think, is a big thing. Is what did I watch them do? So when I look at events, I'll typically watch 2 or 3 matches for each team as I go through, and I'll look at kind of how fast they're scoring. At the high end, where were they at? Because to me, at championships, hopefully teams are bringing their A game, right? Which means that I have to judge teams, on their high end and then dock them a little bit if they're not consistent. And I think that's where Orbit's at right now, is that they are a very high end team, and I think it's kind of strange to say that people might be underestimating Orbit because they've done so well the last couple of years. And look at last year. I mean, they didn't make Einstein because their robot essentially broken. Nothing against Taters and 987 against them, but that was a big determining factor for that. And they might have still lost anyways, but they did that 2 years ago. They were world finalists with you guys, right, Justin?
Yep.
So historically, the team's done well, and that doesn't always matter. But to me, their high end potential, I think, is there. They just need to get that consistency down a bit more, and I think they'll be in good shape.
Very good.
Cool. Sweet. All right, so that was Orbit in the 22nd spot. In our 21st spot, we have Team 2046.
From Maple Valley, Washington, Tahoma Senior High School, it's Bare Metal with a match record of 60 wins, only 14 losses overall. They were the winners of the Clackamas and Auburn district events. So after their 2 event wins, the Pacific Northwest champs saw 2046 seed 3rd overall and join the number 2 alliance that would eventually fall to the number 1 alliance in the finals after pushing it to 3 really tight matches. So they'll be competing in the touring division at the Houston Championship, and good luck to Team 2046, Bare Metal. So they're a team that we've talked about. Again, I think a little bit because of the district events had them competing so often.
Mm-hmm.
Bare Metal, I think, made the top 25 each and every week that they competed.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, at least 2 or 3 times, I believe.
Yeah.
We talked about
I'm surprised they weren't higher. I know there's some other PNW teams on the list as well, but Bare Metal's been looking pretty amazing this year. So looking forward to see what they can do in their division.
Yeah, and I think maybe the fact that they're a little lower is because they did not win the Pacific Northwest Championship.
Maybe.
But if you watch their matches, especially they played great throughout the entire event. They just, the finals were going to be intense. They were intense and went to 3 matches, but, they have a great robot. And I'm excited to see what they'll be able to do in Houston.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the 20th ranked team is team number 842.
From Phoenix, Arizona, and Carl Hayden High School, it's Falcon Robotics. They have an overall record of 29-3-1. They were the winners of the Arizona North and the Las Vegas Regionals. So they had 2 appearances on the 2018 Top 25. Falcon Robotics sits here on the Houston Top 25 at 20th. For the first time in this Hall of Fame's career, they would take home 2 regional wins. Again, those being the Arizona North and the Las Vegas. Competing with and against some of the best in FRC this year, Falcon Robotics is the real deal. They don't have a buddy lift system as of yet, but are a team on others want to play with and not against. So Falcon Robotics will be in the touring division this year and are poised to make a deep run there. So good luck and congrats, 842 Falcon Robotics. And Tyler, I know you're at Las Vegas. Do you have anything to add from seeing them there?
Yeah, so it's funny because my first thought is, man, 842 is 20th. That seems low. And the more I think about it, 842 is a good team. I don't think they're at the elite level yet. Watching them play, they complemented 254 really well, Arizona North, and they complemented 987 as the Alliance captain really well too. But their scoring output is consistent, but not quite at the level I would want for an elite team, actually. So I had them, I don't vote, but I try to make up kind of these lists. I had them in between the 15 to 20 range, actually, for teams, because for me, I want to see a little bit more out of them, and I'm curious to see it rank point wise if they're going to be able to seed high enough and then get noticed as a first pick in their division.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, as Tyler said, we don't vote, so it's kind of I should maybe start doing that too, like having my own
Yeah, I kind of do a little internal
list,
thing.
Yeah. Probably should.
I thought you were going to say maybe I should do that too, vote, but I was like, we don't vote. We don't vote. Jeez.
We don't vote in this popularity contest.
Yeah, I can't be part of this. I can't be associated with this.
Alrighty, so that was 842 in the 20th spot. And in our 19th spot, we have Team 624.
From Katy, Texas, Cinco Ranch High School, it's Kryptonite. 42-9 overall winners, the El Paso and Lone Star South Regionals. So after seeding 12th, second, and then first as they progressed through their season. Their performance at the Lone Star South Regional was most impressive, earning 4 ranking points in over half of their matches. 624 was an easy top seed over 118, who was also at the event, and would go on to win the event together, going 6-0 throughout the playoffs. So the Newton division will be on the lookout for this fast-scoring machine from Texas, 624 Kryptonite. So I thought that was pretty impressive that, obviously 118 is a great robot, but 624 was able to kind of outseed them for that top spot in Lone Star South, a pretty late event in the regional season too. So 624, after I think having kind of maybe it wasn't last year. I don't know why these off years kind of for 2016 they had a bit of an off year, but certainly a really strong year for 624.
All right. Yeah. I wonder, Nick. No, never mind. One second. All right, let's move on.
Hang on, I'm distracted. No, I know you're the one that's distracting me. I'm talking to him like he's here.
Yeah, the producer nobody else can hear.
Yeah. All right. In the 18th spot is Team 987.
Oh boy. I don't know where. Yeah, where's my thing?
From Las
Yeah, I know, right? That's all I know.
Memorial High School. It's the High Rollers.
Thank you. They have an overall record of 22-10, and they were the winners of the Las Vegas Regional. So we just mentioned their partners from the Las Vegas Regional. The High Rollers finished their regular season here at 18th. After their semifinal outing at the Arizona North Regional, they would take the win back in their hometown. Always consistently one of the best program bots year after year. The High Rollers have a really cool, uniquely double-jointed arm that places cubes effectively with ease. Maybe not in 987 standards, maybe not the flashiest robot we've seen from them in recent years, but definitely they're a team that knows how to win, especially on the biggest stage. So they're competing in the touring division, where we could maybe see another team up with 842. So we'll kind of see how all that shakes out this weekend. But congrats and good luck to the High Rollers.
So I had them right around this position. I had 842 just above 987 because I do think 842 has a little bit more of an effective robot than 987. But 987 had a vast improvement going into the elimination rounds at the Las Vegas Regional. They had a little bit of a rough go in the quals. They end up, still seating in the top 8. But once the elims came, they looked a lot better, a lot more consistent. And so I like them in that spot, in the spot where they got voted. I think it's pretty appropriate for where they're at. And I'm looking forward to see if where 987 might fall. I don't see them ranking in a top seed in their division. So it'll be interesting to see if they get picked right away or they end up being like a number maybe 3 through 6 alliance captain.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Cool. All right. Moving on to our 17th ranked team. That's going to be Team 1574.
From Miskav Hasafan, Israel, it's Miskar, 42-8 overall, were the winners of the #1 district event and the Israel District Championship. So in a few weeks since their first event, 1574 played strong at the district championship where they ranked 6th overall and were selected to the #1 alliance that would eventually go on to take the win. 1574 showed off a 2-cube auto that was a little bit off at times, but they've been working hard on it in the weeks since then and are certainly ready for the Houston Championship where you can catch this machine in the Galileo division. So good luck to 1574, Miskar. And Tower, I don't know if you noticed, I've really been challenging myself to pronounce after kind of catching some flack last week. I've gone out and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it.
I mean, it sounds good to me. I don't know if it's right or not.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know what you got to do is, and I don't even know if this would still pronounce it right, is you got to get like that auto translate, like where you can hear it audibly.
All right. Yeah.
And see if that works. But I have no clue. So, but it sounds right to me.
All right. Sweet.
All right.
All right. So that was Miskar in the 17th spot. And in the 16th spot, we have Team 330.
From Hermosa Beach, California, it's the Beach Bots. They have an over record of 29-6, and they were the winners of the Los Angeles and the Aerospace Valley Regionals. So as winners of the last true championship in 2016, the Beach Bots look to get back to the Einstein stage this year, coming off their second win of the year and a dominant performance at the inaugural Aerospace Valley Regional. The Beach Bots get ahead early and autonomous with the cube scale placement of and they effectively place cubes from there and can also climb there at the end. So the Beach Bots continually put out great machines year after year. I feel like we always talk about them at least once every year. Kind of one of my favorite memories of recent times of them, and I know we talked about it when it happened, but was in 2016 when that whole thing at Einstein happened, and they ended up like self-writing and stuff, and we were up in the VIP lounge watching, and I had like run out real quick to go to the bathroom, and came back, and just like the whole place was like erupting up there, and it was just crazy. It was just like awesome to see, and what ended up happening, and just how exciting. I know it wasn't like a gameplay per se, but just how exciting this game, or how exciting First can be. So that's kind of one of my favorite memories of them. So congrats and good luck to them, as they'll be competing in the Galileo field this year. So that's 3:30 in the 16th spot. Yeah, I can't believe it, because it was like, he was like, what happened? I can't believe I missed it. But. All right. So moving on to our 15th spot, that's going to be 1538.
From San Diego, California, high-tech high school. It's the Hall of Fame Holy Cows, 29-3 overall, and the winners of the San Diego Regional. So only losing 3 matches over the course of 2 events should equal two blue banners, but 1538 couldn't overcome that tough #1 alliance at the Central Valley Regional. That wouldn't mean much anymore, as the Holy Cows are set to rumble in the touring division in Houston. The white and black machine features a crazy fast drivetrain and a slick elevator with an over-the-back option and a 4-bar intake for secure cube holding during their entire scoring process. 1538 was 1 win away from going to Einstein last year and will look again to make a deep run. So good luck to Team 1538, the Holy Cows.
So Holy Cows is one of there are a couple teams that my analysis looking at them is that they're good, but they are a little bit too fast for their own good right now. And I really hope they can get that under control, because you saw them like in their last finals that they played in, just some issues with like even stopping correctly because their robot just goes so fast. It reminds me a lot of 148's Bolt robot that they created, just in the speed that it has. But so if they could slow down just a hair, and maybe, I don't know if they throttle a bit more, or how they ramp up their speed, especially in their pick and place too. I think they need to do that, and then they'll have a really good shot. But 1538. I mean, they came out guns a-blazing, but I think we saw a little bit of the issues that the robot might have at their last regional.
Yeah, I saw a similar thing. There were some matches I watched them, and they were fast and good, but then there's some matches I watched that they were fast to a fault. So it's awesome if you're smooth, but if it's hurting you, that's different. So. Yep. But I just, every time I pull up their Blue Alliance page and see their robot, it's just one of the most beautiful robots I've ever seen. Oh,
it's amazing.
It's incredible. Yeah, it's really impressive. All right. Holy Cows in the 15th spot. In the 14th spot, we have Team 179.
From Justin, how great does this sound right now? West Palm Beach, man.
This has been the longest winter in the history of winters, and that includes the Ice Age.
Yeah, it was snowing today.
Yeah, I got 2 feet of snow this weekend, so.
Oh, no, you did not.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. I was snowed in all weekend.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. All right. So from West Palm Beach, Florida, and Grove and Suncoast Community High Schools, it's the Children of the Swamp. They have a record of 26-6, and they were the winners of the Orlando and South Florida regionals. So this is one of those teams that competed kind of early on in the competition season. So it was nice to see them get some love here. So Children of the Swamp, they always make a fantastic showing in Florida year after year. This year they have the 2 home state regional wins. 179 plays all phases well. They place cubes high in auto, and the double ramp there at the end is just so clutch. Last time they were on Einstein was in 2007 when they took home a championship finalist medal there. Definitely have the lift power to get them back to the Einstein stage this year, as we're seeing just how crucial those ranking points are in qualification matches. So it'll be exciting to see how they do, and hopefully how they get to Einstein via the Roebling field. So congrats and good luck to 179 Children of the Swamp.
Yeah, 179. That triple climb that they have is going to do them really well, and I think that's their key, right? Is that from their scoring capability, they score decent. They're not the fastest robot out there, but I don't think there's a whole lot of doubt, of course, schedule pending, that they're not going to be a top tier seed. You got a couple other teams. I know a couple of which, at least one we're talking about later on, that could give them a run for their money or be a fantastic complement with them. And I would put them. I would put 179 with another team to probably seed first and take the division. So it's going to be interesting to see when it gets to playoffs, though, if that triple climb is going to be enough. So they're going to have to get a really good tele-up score with them to help them out. And I could see that being something like maybe a Skunk Works, probably more likely Madtown Robotics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excuse me. That was like a double buddy lift kind of. So the triple climb overall. Yep. All right. We'll just keep moving here. In our 13th spot, that's going to be Team 2122.
From Boise, Idaho, in the Treasure Valley Math and Science Center, it's Team Taters, 46-7 overall, were the winners, the Idaho and Canadian Rockies Regional. Team Taters has had an awesome regional season, and one thing that's helped them along the way is the articulating wrist that accompanies their elevator. This allows for a faster turning profile than moving the entire robot and makes all of their autonomous modes a lot easier. And just faster and more effective. In Teleop, they're fast and confident in any role, which includes scoring in the vault, the opponent switch, their own switch of the scale. I think they will definitely find themselves picked early on Saturday morning during the alliance selections on the touring field. So good luck to Team 2122, Team Taters.
That mechanism is so slick.
It really is.
It is. So one thing I'll say, though, is that, and I think what Taters gets docked on occasionally is that it is when it works really well. Occasionally it does not work so well for them.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's not a lot of doubt in my mind they're not going to have that fine-tuned and ready to go. And I think that's going to prove them very well. I think people look at it, and I'm not an engineer, so take that for what it's worth, but people look at it on paper like, it doesn't seem necessary. But to me, man, like if you can get an extra half second from that articulation and not have to potentially IntelliOp turn your bot a little bit more, I could see that being viable. Maybe not at the same point too, but it seems to work pretty well so far for Taters. And I think if they can optimize it a bit more, they'll be in really good shape.
For sure. All right. So in the 12th spot is team number 16.
From Mountain Home, Arkansas, and Mountain Home High Career Academics, it's the Bomb Squad. They have an overall record of 27-8. They were the winners of the Arkansas, Rock City, and the Midwest Regionals. So 2 regionals and 2 regional wins this year for the Bomb Squad. Their success for this year comes off their consistent play at the switch and auto, their quick delivery of the cubes to the scale and teleop. And don't forget, obviously, about that swerve drive that they have every year, in and year out. Excuse me. It just allows them to maneuver the field with ease, and then they're able to strategically place cubes on the scale. They deploy a ramp for their partner to climb up the end, which is successful for them. And then obviously another great robot put out by the Bomb Squad. Their last Einstein appearance came in 2012, where they won it all.
Wow, really?
Yeah. It was just we were down there, right? I think we were down there with Meredith, I think, right, Justin?
Yeah,
when they won it all, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the disaster of the Einstein field.
Oh, yeah,
infamous Einstein,
yeah. So it's just hard to believe it was that long ago. So hopefully we'll see them back on Einstein again this year. So good luck. They'll be competing on Carver. So good luck to the Bomb Squad.
So to go off my notes I had for covering Carver last night, I don't think there's a lot of doubt, and the schedule always matters, blah, 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 that 16 is going to take the number 1 seed. That the buddy climb they have works really well. The only bad part, or not bad part, but the only potentially hindering part about their buddy climb is that, and you'll see this in a couple other robots as well, is with that ramp, way it is, there is a clearance to it. So it kind of depends where the wheels and bumpers are located and how high their alliance partner's clearance is to that, which I don't know for sure, but my guess would be why Ponage was not going on the buddy ramp during their matches, even when they were in jeopardy of losing a match. So I'm interested to see how that works out and if that affects who they pick. And as you mentioned, they have a really good 2 cube switch auto, but they are a little more reliant on the scale. They can get 1 consistently from what I've seen. I haven't seen them do 2. So if they do seed first, they're going to have to find a bot that scores 2 in the scale, I think, if they want to win, or if they want to win their division, but then even more, be more competitive on Einstein possibly.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying last week about how, you have a team like Bomb Squad who's really good on the switch and then can, get you those ranking points. And then being in that first, second spot allows you to pick those teams that will complement you and then can play the scale game really well. That just wasn't quite as high just because they couldn't get as many ranking points all the time.
Yep, exactly.
So cool. All right, so our last team before the break, that's going to be in our 11th spot, and that's going to be team 3310.
From Heath, Texas, Rockwall Heath High School, it's Blackhawk Robotics. 32-3 overall were the winners, the Arkansas Rock City and El Paso Regionals. So the biggest advantage 3310 carries with them into the Newton division in Houston is the speed of their drivetrain and the skill of their drivers. Driving a fast machine isn't easy, which we just talked about the 1538, but they really do a great job of allowing the 3310 machine to play all over the field. They can go from the portal back to their switch or to the exchange just as fast as you can blink. So 3310 will be joining the Newton division by 624, who they teamed up with once already this season, and a few other great teams as 3310 looks to make a return trip to Einstein to make it 2 in a row. Good luck to Blackhawk Robotics 3310.
I think this team should be higher personally. I had them in my top 10, closer to top 5. So I was a little surprised that they weren't a little bit higher. They're, a team that performs really well, and definitely, after last year's performance as well too on Einstein, I was a little surprised by the voting on this, but it is what it is. 11 is still a great spot for 3310, and they're going to perform well. I mean, their team is fantastic. I don't think they're a second round pick this year, guys. I don't know what you think, but to me, they're going to be an alliance captain in my opinion. I think they're going to go pretty far. Newton's a really interesting division with other teams, like 118 and 624 and 971 and 1011 and 1619, that sort of thing, and 1678. So it'll be interesting to see, but I mean, they're either going to be the alliance captain of probably the 1 or 2 alliance, or be part of the 1 or 2 alliance.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Definitely.
All right. So Christine, let's do a quick little check-in with you. How are things going?
Not bad.
Oh, she's updating Instagram right now.
Not this so bad.
Live tweeting this. No, it's going good. I'm gonna see what I have for color options, and we'll see what else I add to this.
Does that say WoW on it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's a really cool. It was a cool picture when I saw it, and it's even a cooler drawing. That looks great.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
It says "mom" upside down. Perfect. Sorry, our producer Nick whispering in our ear his thoughts. So, why WoW, by the way?
I don't know. I just didn't work first.
I love it.
I really like that picture. I don't know. Like I thought the photo of all 4 of the intakes looks really cool, and it reminded me of the team die kind of collaborative design stuff this year. So
yeah. It was it was just like you're trying to figure out, like they're so close, and it was just like trying to figure out where one manipulator ends and the next one starts. It was a really well done picture.
I'm gonna get that from my mom for Mother's Day.
There you go.
Nice.
Right around the corner. Don't miss it.
You can make it into a heart or something. One less robot. No. All right. I want to give a shout out to Sean Van Ness from the Fixed Gears team 1720. They sent me a shirt this week that I'm wearing.
Nice.
They competed at the Indiana District. I think they took home the finalist medal there. They did, yeah. So I wanted to say thanks for the free swag, and we'll wear it proudly.
Oh yeah, I got a Blue Line shirt today too. So if you didn't see that.
Wow, cool. That's awesome. I'm happy you guys are getting all this stuff. This is really cool.
Send Justin something occasionally.
Jeez.
So I guess my snub of the week is kind of it's a not team snub of the week. We kind of were talking briefly offline on our Discord, but we kind of wanted to talk about that First Champs Live is happening this year, and maybe Tyler, you know way more about who these people are. I know Emma.
Yeah. But, so who's your snub of the week? Say that first, and I'll go into more detail.
My snub of the week has got to be Game Sense, because they have been.
Right.
What's that? Yeah, the Robo Sports Network. Excuse me. Because they've been doing First Champs Live now for what, 2 years? This will be their 3rd year.
I think so.
I think this will be their 3rd year. Yeah.
Yeah. You look at an organization that has, really done something quite revolutionary for First, right? Like the First Champs Live is amazing. And so this year, if you're not familiar, there's actually going to be 2 types of First Champs Live. First actually hasn't talked about the RSN one, which I don't get at all. Like, what the hell, guys? Come on. I mean, I know you got Emma Dumont, who's great, and then DJ McKnight, something like that from Twitch as well. I get that. That's cool. You want to get out to the general populace. That's great. But I'm going to be honest with you. I want to listen to experts who know about the game as well. And Mason Marquis and Nick Lawrence and all the others that go on that, they are fantastic with this. And why are you not promoting them as well? And maybe first, it's going to appear tomorrow. Watch, but it's one of those things where it's like, guys, these guys have done so much with First Champs Live to make an awesome experience for everybody. Why are you not promoting this more? Like I said, I get that you're doing the public side thing. That's great, but us firsters, we want more than that. We expect more than that. We expect experts to be on the field. So First Champs Live is happening, but it's going to be in the First Inspires 1 channel. So hopefully this will get a good following, guys. And we really want to help promote. So if you are watching, watch that one, please. It will be on the Blue Alliance. Make sure you go and check that out, because that's going to be the experts, guys. If you want the whole, what looks good to the public sort of thing, who doesn't know what's going on, then go watch the other one. And maybe First disagrees with me on this. That's fine. But First Champs Live is where I'll be catching stuff on my phone and catching updates occasionally. I'll be at both champs, but those are the guys that you want to watch. So make sure you go check out First Champs Live on the First Inspires 1 channel. Please check that out, and make sure you support them so they're not getting further snubbed by First as well for it.
Yeah, I will say,
go ahead.
First, the First Champs Live last year, when I was watching Houston, was the only thing that kept me like awake and engaged in like the marathon of Limbs and Einstein. So I'm glad that they're doing it again. The amount of work that goes into that, like beforehand, and sacrificing kind of their champs experience, even some of them that are with teams, is just amazing. So I'm looking forward to tuning in and hearing Mason and Nick and other people give their kind of 2 cents on things. So I'll be there.
Yeah. It's just exactly what you need, right? Because it's overwhelming to try to figure out who you should be watching, what divisions you should be watching, when teams are playing, all this kind of stuff. And they do that for you, right? They're taking a look at what matches are going on right now, which are the excuse me, which are the high profile matches that you want to watch. And they do a great job with it. So
FTC Live put on. By the way, we did start an FTC Live show with some fantastic individuals. We chimed in that fun should do it. I don't want to do it, guys. That is so much work to do, and they sacrifice so much of time. I'm like, I used to MC champs. I didn't get to see anything MCing champs other than the field I was on. And when you work, you don't pay attention to that stuff. Right. So like Mike, you and I get to roam the pits at Detroit, and that's awesome because we get to talk to teams.
Yeah, we get to be around, talk to teams, check out robots, watch matches from floor level, and it's just I wouldn't have it any other way. So
yeah, and that's why we give so much recognition to RSN and First Champs Live, because they are the ones putting the work. I am very much a doer, and I very much so recognize those who do the work for things instead of just whining, bitching, and complaining in the background. They're stepping up the plate to do it, and that's why they're our snub, because they're the ones who should still be in the limelight. They're the ones who should still be promoted by First. And it's very disappointing to see nothing come out of First yet for First Inspires 1. So I really hope you guys get together first so we see that up so people know about it who are also in First as well.
Well said.
Snub of the week, RSN.
So with that said, we do have one other awesome video as we come into Houston Championships. Hey guys, we have some fantastic teams from China coming in as well. So before we get to the top 10, let's go international and check out the amazing recap of the teams and events from China, because China's growing, guys. 2 regionals this year. It's rumored they're going to have a 3rd one next year. Watch out, guys, because they're getting just dramatically better. You look at their teams last year to this year and what's going to come in the future. China is looking really, really good. So our friend of the show, Howard Cohen, and the folks at F&D Student edited this amazing recap, as well as Karen from 5453 narrating this fantastic recap. So let's go ahead and take a look.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to F&D Studio. This is Karen from Team 5453, and today we're gonna take a look at the regionals of First Power Up in China. Let's first take a look at Shenzhen. With most of last year's champions not returning, this year's field was wide open for the next crown. As with any young region, outside powerhouses tend to snag the top seed. This year, 5883 from Poland did so. With their climber being ready at the buzzer, they seeded high in the qualification round. They were undefeated in the playoff matches, winning themselves this year's crown. Joining them in winning Shenzhen was first pick at the event, 54-53 Red Comet, ranked second in the qualification round right after Poland's 58-83. With their robot stable design, they had ensured the alliance ownership to both the scale and the switch, while the last piece of the winning alliance, 58-49 Joker, took responsibility for keeping the vault stacked. With their steadfast strategy and execution, we will be seeing all three at the championship in Houston. For Chairman's, 5883 is a world contender with numerous contributions to FIRST, from making a first LEGO League regional to maintaining good relationships with government and sponsors. We look forward to seeing this team make it loud in their country. Since last year, 6304 has been working hard to promote FIRST in their school and in their community. Although they're only a second-year team, they have impacted more than 800 people. Well, that is quite an accomplishment. And of course, the Rookie All-Star this year goes to 6952 from the Shenzhen Experimental School. With their aim of making every effort to strengthen their team, they raised over $30,000 US. The finalist Alliance Captain 5449 Prototype fought hard with their own team taking the scale in autonomous period. With them having received a wildcard, we'll get to see more of this team in Houston's championship. 5449's first pick, Stargazer 5522, will also be joining with their first ever trip to the World Championship on a wildcard slot. Team 5522 has been working hard on their autonomous performance. They have proved to everyone that they're the auto king in China, being able to deliver a cube to both the scale and the switch. Laser lights, magnetic levitation trains, and a population of 24 millions? Shanghai has much to offer, including now a regional of FIRST Robotics competition. After the blowout victory 5883 had last week in Shenzhen, it seemed almost certain that they will also seed FIRST here in Shanghai. That is, until new team on the block, 6907 Gold, had to say something about that. Despite losing to 5883 in the qualification round, the bonus ranking point from the AutoQuest helped to keep them ranked first. Then they asked Poland to join them on taking the rest of the regional. 6941, being that puzzle piece of 23rd pick in Shenzhen, then 24th pick in Shanghai, saw themselves finalists just a week before. They turned champions in Shanghai. We have great expectations and high hopes for this new rookie power. Last year's finalist Alliance Captain 5839 had an early exit in quarters at Shenzhen 2018. But this former rookie all-star knows how to jump at opportunities. They took the wildcard slot and earned another ticket to the championship. Good job, Blue Wells! Another wildcard is given to Team 6803 from Shanghai. With the highest offensive power rating and the impressive efficiency of doing scale, they showed everyone the infinite possibilities of rookie teams. Our rookies from Turkey took home the Rookie All-Star Award. With their travel brochures and local treats, these people really brought close to us the Turkish culture. Good luck to 7134, our friend from Turkey. Choosing to focus in the science of how robot works and moves, 6353 has demonstrated some real engineering. That's why they received the Engineering Inspiration Award in Shanghai. Congratulations, Zodiac! While 5515 may have been pushed out of playoffs early in the day, they came back strong during awards, taking Shanghai's Chairman's Award, continuing their streak from last year in Shenzhen. Great work on translating the manual. If you thought that was hard to understand in English, try second-hand in Chinese. But that was not enough for Blue Power Robotics, traveling to Ventura. They were the second pick of the second alliance, and the first team from China to win a regional in North America without being a backup team. As China powers itself up for the future, we see that both event strategy, scouting data, and robots' performance are outstanding on the field. The only question now is, who will stay on top and who will come back next year looking to claim their ticket to the World Championship?
So thanks to FNN Studios for the awesome video that we just saw there. And thanks to our friend Howard Cohen, who was on the show earlier talking about inspections and inspectors as well, too. So great video, guys. Cool to learn about China and what's going on in the international world, because so many of us in the States and Canada, honestly, we're pretty oblivious to what's going on in First International. And it's really important, if you want to go deep in competition, to start reaching out and start networking and getting those connections going, because it will broaden your team, both for chairmen's and for robot capabilities. So thank you very much for that cool video.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
All right. Christine,
All right.
I looked away like for 1 minute, or this was earlier, and it was like so colorized now. Look at that.
Yeah, I found like a few random colored pencils, so we'll see.
Christine was having issues finding some primary colors. I'm just
I'm just gonna let you know, calling it issues is putting it a little lightly. It was a full-on catastrophe.
Full on panic mode.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so we're gonna get back into it here. As someone was jokingly saying in the chat, all the drummers in the 10 spot. And in that 10 spot is team 1577.
From Ra Anana Hakamaz, Israel, and Ranama and Aviv High Schools, it's Steampunk with an overall record of 43-9. They were the winners of the Israel number 1 and number 4 district events and the Israel District Championship. So they are leading Israel in district points currently. Steampunk will be entering the Galileo field with tons and tons of momentum. They were in the number 1 alliance for all 3 events, captaining that alliance twice. Excuse me. Steampunk has a consistent switch game in auto and can place cubes on the scale and teleop with ease. They have a smooth, fast climber at the end as well. Heck of a season for Steampunk. It's really been great to watch the steady climb of this team really over the past, I think, 2 years, a couple of years at least. Leading Israel in points is a tough task, as mentioned, with all these great teams that are popping up there. So definitely be proud of that, and you deserve that accomplishment as well. So good luck and congratulations to Steampunk, and they'll be competing. I don't think I wrote it down. They'll be competing in the
Steampunk will be competing on the Galileo division.
Thank you. I just found it. Galileo. Yep. So we saw the interview with one of their team members earlier, and just a great season for them. Awesome robot that they have.
Yeah, I have very high hopes for them. I think that they are a lock for the number 1 seed, in my opinion. They do have some other great teams, including Miss Carr, 1574 is also in their division. So it'll be interesting to see how they line up. But yeah, I think this team is vastly underestimated. Even at 9, I think I put them up a little bit higher. I think this team really has what it takes to be a 9-7 this year.
Yeah, definitely very efficient in what they do, and awesome robot.
And the Israel dominated alliance would really kind of let everyone take notice of how.
Oh, that'd be pretty badass.
Just how good the teams are getting there.
That would actually be really cool. I'd go for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. All right, moving into our 9th spot. That's going to be team 973.
From Atascadero, California, Atascadero High School, it's the Greybots, 25-6 overall, and we're the winners of the San Francisco and Silicon Valley regionals. So after seeding first at their first event of the season, 973 stumbled a bit in their qualification rounds at their second event, only seeding 20th, but quickly getting picked up again by that number 1 alliance. They have all the traits: a fast elevator, smooth intake, skilled drivers, and an elegant buddy lift that should enable them to once again earn a top spot as the defending world champs look to make it 2 in a row in Houston, this time out of the Hopper division. Good luck to team 973, the Greybots. And the Hopper division is going to be a little tight at the top. 359, 254, 148, just to name a few. So it's going to be a battle for that top seed. But I really think 973 has a shot to be right up there with the best of them.
Great. All right.
All right. Moving on then. From 9 to 8, we have team 2471.
From Camas, Washington, and Camas, Hawkinson, and Washougal High Schools. It's Team Mean Machine. They have an overall record of 46-9-1, and they were the winners of the Pacific Northwest District Championship event. So Mean Machine has been repping the Pacific Northwest strong and consistent all year. And it's nice to see that Pacific Northwest love break here into the top 10. They have the 3-cube scale auto that gets 2471 machine up early in teleop. Just their beautiful red powder coated machine not only looks good playing this game, they just dominate it. Playing so much from the lead, they're just so consistent in their play, and the climb at the end is just the icing on the cake. 2471 will be playing in the Turing field. And they have 2 district wins and a district championship win under their belt to fuel them there. So just an awesome job by Team Mean Machine, a team that we talked about frequently several years ago. But amazing job to them, and good luck in the Turing field.
This might be the highest a P&W team has ever been ranked. I'm not sure, because P&W is statistically just not ranked very high in our polls, and it's great to see them break in the top 10 because it is very well deserved. I had them up a couple more spots even personally, because I think Mean Machine just looks amazing, and their team overall, just the way that they've been playing, their strategy they've been going into. I love their autonomous. Yeah, Mean Machine's got what it takes, guys. I mean, all these teams in the top 10 definitely do, but Mean Machine to me just looks fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to the damage that they can do in the Turing division, where you have like a 987, 842, 1102 sort of thing, and 1538. But be cool to see them maybe pair up with 2046 from the P&W as well.
Yeah, and they're just working so hard. I think they've probably been the team that's been releasing like the most consistent updates about what they've changed about the robot, different autonomous modes. So they're working hard, and just their robot in general is super strong. They can stack so high. It's a great robot top to bottom. I'm really excited to see how well they can do.
That's why I could see them also seating with Taters. I forgot to mention them too. So yeah, I agree, man. It's going to be cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and they got a lot of love here in the chat. So a lot of people are saying they should even be a little higher than where they are right now. But
I agree.
Awesome.
A lot of love for 2471.
All right. So moving into our 7th spot, that's going to be Team 971.
From Mountain View, California, Mountain View High School, it's Spartan Robotics, 26-5 overall, and winners of the San Francisco and Silicon Valley regionals. So it's one of the most unique robots of the year, something that's becoming, starting to epitomize 971. They've competed at 2 events, winning one and finalists at another. I still maintain, I've talked about it all year long, that their arm will eventually pay dividends for them as the high stacks of cubes that will dominate the final rounds of each division. If they can get the finite control that they need, I think they will control just how far their alliance will advance in Houston. And good luck in the Newton division to Spartan Robotics, Team 971.
Justin, you made a really good point there that I didn't think about as much, because 971 I had lower on my list. They're obviously they're a beautiful robot, absolutely, but a little bit of performance issues from them. But you made a great point in regards to the pick and place aspect, man. If they can nail that down and get that right, that could pay a lot of dividends for them. I could see that working out really well. So, one would think that they will get that nailed down. They're also, I think their intake they had a little bit of issues intaking cubes occasionally too. So I'm curious to see if they fix those. If they do, they're going to be in great shape. I had them a few spots lower personally on mine versus what the community voted, but still a great team, beautiful robot, and I think they'll have a great opportunity to seed really well.
Yeah, in watching some of their matches, like I want to, and I haven't talked to anyone on their team, but I want to believe that the reason why they went with that is because they really did understand the pick and place aspect of the game. But even they weren't perfect, and nobody's perfect, but they were dropping more cubes than I would expect for a team that really wanted to focus on pick and place. So if they can get that to work, then they'll definitely be a force.
Yep. Very cool.
All right. From 7 to 6, looks like we're going to stay out in California and talk about 1323.
From Madera, California, Madera High School, it's Madtown Robotics. They have an overall undefeated record of 32-0. They were the winners of the Sacramento and the Central Valley Regionals. A perfect record for 1323 this year. They can deliver 3 cubes to the switch and auto, and with their very smooth swerve drive, can maneuver the field and place cubes on the scale or switch and teleop with ease. Just an incredibly integrated machine that Madtown has. Their elevator is smooth and direct, and with the help of their swerve, they just place cubes with great accuracy. Their ramp is easy for others to climb and secures that extra ranking point. Madtown has never seen the Einstein field, but yet are in a great position, an incredible position this year via the route of the Roebling field. An amazing robot from 1323, an incredible season, 32 wins, no losses. Best of luck to them as they compete this weekend in Roebling.
Yeah, the 13. Yeah, I agree. I think they're absolutely incredible. I had them actually a little bit higher even. I think Madtown really has what it takes to take it to Einstein this year. Great robot.
For sure.
Beautiful robot too. So.
All right. So with that said, we're going to start two things coming out here. The first one is we did have somebody ask on Chief Delphi about top rookie teams. So we actually thought we'd give a quick breakdown of that. We're not going to really have any graphics on the screen or anything, but I do want to bring up the top 5 rookie teams that were voted. Now, I didn't actually verify if these teams are going to Houston, and because this is not part of the official poll, I still wanted to bring it up. So here are your top 5 rookie teams that would compete in Houston or are competing in Houston. The first one is going to be team number 7312. That's in the 5th spot there. On 7312 is T3 out of Tomball, Texas. They were quarterfinalists at the Lone Star South Regional, and you're going to see them on the Roebling division. Words, I tell you.
Words.
Next one is going to be team number 7081, the team NEYC from China come in, winners at the 2018 Central New York Regional. Now, they were winners as they got called in as a backup robot, but they were also Rookie All-Star Award winners in the highest rookie seed as well. They won with 340 and 2791 there, and they will also be playing in the Roebling division. Our next robot in the number 3 spot is going to be team number 7079. Man, I get my chance at the Israel teams. That's Kobot Hafia Tech Center from Hafia, Hezavran, Israel. These guys were winners at the Israel District Championship. They took quarterfinalists at event number 3, quarterfinals event number 4, and then paired up with 1574 and 1577. And they're going to be in the Turing division this year. In number 2 is team number 7039. That's team number XO, or team name XO. They're also from Israel, from Kfar Hanawar Nurim Hamerkez, Israel. They were finalists at Israel event number 2, semifinalists at Israel event number 4, and quarterfinalists at the Israel District Championship. I don't think, are they qualified for champs? They are, yep, at the Hopper division. They are qualified for championships. And guys, I don't think this is much surprise to anybody, but a team that's been getting a lot of recognition for a rookie team, 71-79 Crossfire is your number 1 rookie seed. These guys are amazing switch bots. A talk that we had last night about Crossfire, or Beatty Crunch, as our producer Nick says. The thing about Beatty Crunch Crossfire that we talked about is that they could be the spoiler team. Like, I could see these guys getting picked up in their first or second round by like a 6 or 8 seed and just being that team that just dominates the scale. And then there are other, the first and the third or first or second robot that Alliance are decent scale bots or decent enough to maintain a competitiveness on the scale. And then this becomes the spoiler Alliance where they come in. So I could really see 71-79 Crossfire. Potentially being an Einstein, but on a 6 to 8 seed and being a spoiler of Alliance. They're going to be competing in the Turing division that we just talked about a little bit ago with some of the teams that could pick them up later on. So I could see a team like an 1102 or something who maybe falls to like a 6 seed Alliance captain picking them up as well. So that would be pretty cool to see. So congratulations to our number 1 rookie seed for Houston, 71-79 Crossfire from Garland, Texas.
Yeah, they've really turned some heads when they were competing this year. So
turned our heads for sure, right, guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So before we get into our top 5, we are going to start our giveaway, which is this amazing drawing that Christine has. Christine, any final things you want to say about this before we start the giveaway?
No, I'm just excited to see these 4 teams compete this week in Houston. So hope somebody enjoys this drawing as much as I did making it.
All right, Christine, what's the keyword for the giveaway today?
Let's have it be Madtown, all one word.
Change it up on me here.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Rhetorical question that got changed. So Madtown is what you need to enter. Subscribers, you're going to get 5 times luck to win this. Christine, if they go to Detroit Championships, can we deliver this in person?
Absolutely.
That would be amazing. But otherwise, we'll ship it out to you guys. But type Madtown right now in the chat for your chance to win this fantastic custom one-of-a-kind drawing from Christina Tia and Wordplay All Day. And make sure you go check out Wordplay All Day on Etsy and Facebook.
Mike, you and I were the first ones in there. I'm going to let you know that.
That don't mean nothing, though.
Well, that's because you heard it like 20
Quiet. I know why. Just let me have it, okay?
All right, fair enough. I'm not going to everybody's eligible for this, so we'll see what happens.
This is going to be good.
I'm saying that in hopes that we're going to have like 1,000 entrants.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So awesome, Christine. Awesome drawing. Love it. Top 5, guys.
Sorry, I'm lost in the chat.
Of what, them saying Madtown?
Yeah, or our other chat.
Yeah.
All right.
Does it have to be the correct capitalization?
No. It's just MADTOWN. That's all you have to. It doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not.
I love it.
All right.
Yep. And thank you everybody who's donated. We've gotten quite a few bits today with that 99-cent bit sale. So thank you guys for that. Because we get $5, you pay $1. It's amazing. And thank you for that, guys, because we really want to put that to good use. So hopefully get some new fresh content and equipment for you guys as well.
Yeah, just in this session we had 3 people, so that's cool. And that's a deal. 99 cents, man. All right. Top 5 it is. Leading it off, we're gonna hear about team 1619. Justin has muted himself.
I wasn't talking, though. I wasn't talking. I was muted, but I wasn't talking. All right, so from Longmont, Colorado, it's Upper Creek Robotics, 42-10 overall. We're the winners of the Hub City and Idaho Regionals. So one of the most unique aspects of the 1619 machine is a super wide top-bottom roller intake that allows them to quickly scoop up cubes from all over the field. Another advantage is their over-the-back scoring, which eliminates the drivetrain motion, again, enabling some super fast scoring. So it's really a sight to see. And if you haven't yet, be sure to check it out this weekend in the touring division, where they have a great shot to go to Einstein for the first time in their history. So good luck to Team 1619, Upper Creek Robotics. I think the last few teams I've talked about have been in the touring division. So, geez.
Yeah, there's going to be I think they're in Newton, but there's going to be a consistent trend coming up here soon. Yeah. So we had Clint on last night as an analyst for this division. I have to admit, I was a little surprised to see that they weren't changing their intake, because I do personally think that's one of their weak points on the robot, is that they occasionally have issues lining up correctly to pick up cubes. But other than that, 1619 is absolutely incredible. They work really well. I don't know if our producer Nick wants to come on to talk about their experience with them in Colorado or not. I'm going to put you on the spot, Nick. Did you want to come on? Nick says they're pretty chill. So yeah, they're a really cool team, and I look forward to seeing them make a deep run either as finalists or on Einstein. I have them slotted as finalists in their division, but no, it doesn't mean they can't hop on the Einstein.
They weren't on premiere night, right? I'm watching this video. I don't think
no, I don't think so. But 1619 has made a couple of videos for us otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty nice video.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you make one. Yeah, I love that wide grabber, man. That's great. Grab it from anywhere.
It's interesting that Tower said that it was like maybe not his strength, but it's interesting, because I thought it was kind of cool in the matches I saw.
I think it looks cool, but I think occasionally they have issues positioning their robot correctly with the tank drive to get to pick up, because occasionally when they try to get like the corner of the cube, they're not always able to get a good grip on it.
Gotcha.
All right.
These last 4 are going to be really interesting where they lie, by the way. I don't think there's a whole lot of question, number 1, spoiler, but these next 3 are going to be we're really tight in the voting, so it'll be cool to see where they line up.
Yeah. All right. So the first of the final 4 is team number 1678.
From Davis, California, and Davis Senior High School at Citrus Circuits. They have an overall record of 45-2. They were the 3-time regional winners of the Utah, Sacramento, and the Central Valley Regionals. So what a robot for 1678. Absolutely dominant and consistent 2 or 3 cube scale auto. They can score from the front or the back, just making it that much quicker. They're just lightning quick around the field, getting the job done just anywhere. And then they have that ramp there at the end as well. They were the 2017 champions, half championship of the world in Houston. They have a 5-year streak of Einstein appearances. They're just poised, again, another team to make another run deep into the playoffs. at Houston, and hopefully another run there on Einstein. But just we say these about all these these top teams here. You just kind of just run out of things to say about these teams as we just talk about them after every time. But they'll be competing on the Einstein field, and man, just what another season, another year, another robot for such a circuit. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that totally ditto to what you said, Mike. I think they have a great robot. I know some people might dock them for their CBR performance in finals. That they did have a couple issues, but I don't think there's a whole lot of doubt that they're not going to be finely tuned and ready to go for championships.
Yeah, man, just what Mike has done for that team and all the mentors, and I mean, it's not just one person, right? Mike is just one person, but it's made up a team of mentors and parents and students and everything, and just what they've been able to do year after year after year is just incredible. So
absolutely, I do like Garrison, by the way, posted that because people are comparing 1323, 1678 because they play with each other. That 1678 has better auto, 1323 has better teleop. So it's interesting on what I would take between those two because it depends who you end up with, right? For something like that.
So yeah, so they also took the Chairman's Award, so 4-banner year at second now. So I think when you think of a well-rounded team that has a good team image, 1678 will be there. Now I don't know the current pulse of the Chairman's Awards scene right now, like who's poised to be there, but I wouldn't be surprised if 1678 in the next couple of years is really in high contention to win it all. Cool. All right. We'll move on to our third spot, and that's going to be Team 118.
From League City, Texas, Clear Creek High School to the Robonauts, 49-4 overall, and winners of the Dallas, Colorado, and Lone Star Regionals. So it's getting to the end of the top 25, and 118 is in a familiar spot, and that's near the top of the list. One thing, however, 118 has not yet been able to do this year is actually seed number 1. This year in the Newton division, they'll be stacking cubes high and utilizing their front platform buddy lift to hopefully earn that elusive number 1 seed and keep it squarely in their sights. Another huge advantage for them is they're going to be their high scoring ability, cubes on cubes on cubes. We'll see just how high those cubes can get with Team 118, the Robonauts.
That is really interesting that they haven't been able to see number 1. I know in their last regional they were playing with different drivers. I don't know, Nick. I'm going to ask producer Nick because I don't know if he knows what was the reason for that. Yeah, he said he wasn't sure, but he said a good practice for sure for backup. So that's interesting. I mean, they were already qualified, so I guess maybe I could see it happening. It'd be interesting. I should have just asked Ridley when I had the chance, but if he's in chat or somebody from 118, I'd love to hear your thoughts or what the reasoning was for that. I'm not really questioning it. I'm just more curious on what that was. But great robot, guys. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, make the best reload videos every year and make clearly the top robots every year too. So 118 is absolutely amazing. Like Mike said before, you start talking about these teams so much, not a whole lot more to say, right, Mike?
No, it's not. I mean, when we say, oh, they have a great robot, of course they do. They're like number 3, number 4, number 5. Right. They wouldn't be up here if they didn't. And we're seeing this. Yeah, obviously, there's not a whole lot in this game. Of what is successful, and all these teams just do it so well.
Oh, Clint just tuned in and he just missed his team. That's sad. Welcome though, Clint. Glad to have you on, buddy.
So we normally say here all the drama's in the 2 spot, but Tyler already ruined that earlier. No, just kidding.
But I didn't say any teams.
No, you didn't. But
I know. I'm sorry, Mike.
That's okay.
All right, so if we're ready here, in the 2 spot is team number 148.
From Greenville, Texas, and Greenville High School, it's the Robo Wranglers. They have an overall record of 29-3. They're the winners of the Dallas Regional. So with an early win, the Robo Wranglers and the Robot Uppercut took a tough loss at the Colorado Regional. The 148 Robot is just so incredibly quick at what it does. It's just one of the best robots out there with cube acquisition. They're just one of the teams that don't chase the cube around the field, which we sometimes see a lot. And their delivery to the scale is quick. Their elevator is just really smooth and obviously, not clunky. It's just, just smooth up and down. Don't forget about their buddy lift system as well. One of the most unique ones we've seen this year. They'll be competing on the Hopper Field. They last appeared on Einstein in 2016, so they look to make it back to the Einstein after exiting the semifinals on their division last year. So congratulations and good luck to 148. The Robo Wranglers.
Yeah, I mean, 148 is a fantastic robot, and I know that from talking to our producer Nick that their drivers have just been practicing on picking and placing, and getting that down correctly, and I can't wait to see how well that pays off with the dividends, because that I think is the later meta, right? Is starting to get good placements on level 2, even level 3 possibly. Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's any doubt, if we see, 148 pair up with like something, of course people go to 254 right away, but even some of the other robots in that division, like 180 possibly, that we're not going to see level 3 cubes on the scale. It's going to be amazing to see. Nick, I'm not sure if you know, are you guys playing any matches with 254 with the prelim schedule? Their last matches with 254, so that could be, if that holds, that could be pretty cool. I could also see with like Greybots too potentially, but man, that last match, you guys better be watching that, because that is going to be absolutely amazing. And at least I think there's a lot of hopes for it.
Yeah,
it'd be a precursor too.
Yeah, it would be. All right. So with that being said, our number 1 ranked team for the Houston Championship is Team 254.
From San Jose, California, Bellarmine College Prep, it's the Hall of Fame Cheesy Poofs, 30-0, undefeated winners of the Arizona North and Silicon Valley Regionals. So, I believe 254 is hands down the best FRC team on the planet right now, and has been for quite a while. Obviously, this isn't a bold statement by any means, and one that many would agree with. But if you think about what they've done, not only this season, but just consistent and incredible play, really for the last decade, has been an inspiration to so many teams and so many students and mentors. I didn't think this game would be a huge challenge for many elite teams, and I wondered how dominant some of the powerhouses might be. 254 answered that with their performance this season. I'm not implying that they're not being challenged, but they've had an opportunity to truly dominate and show just how high that bar is for everyone else. So congratulations to Team 254, the Cheesy Poofs, number 1 at the Houston Championship.
Hot damn, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That season 30-0, man. Jesus.
Yeah, 30-0.
That is absolutely insane. So before we do our drawing, guys, I just want to get what will knock off 254? Like, is there a potential to see that? I mean, schedule, yes, I guess, but is that what we're going to leave it down to, a schedule, or could it like a 148 and like a 973 pair up together, possibly something like that?
I don't know. It's just, I've been so impressed by them. Every match is even, and I didn't even get into it, but even their last regional, they got 4 ranking points in every match. Like, that's insane. Wow. Even that alone is
the only team who's done it.
Yeah. So going into champs, and give 1323 credit. They're going to champs also undefeated. So 2 really good teams from California. And just I can't wait to kind of sit back and watch and enjoy the ride that they're going to have, because it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, watching First Champs live.
Yeah.
254 could lose if their second pick isn't good enough. Right, really? You don't say.
I'm not really sure that's true, actually.
I'm not really concerned with that with 254. They're a team that knows how to pick well, and of course, accidents happen, tumbles happen, things like that. But I don't think it's going to happen again. We'll see. Maybe they don't pick 973, but we'll see. Wait, was it 973 or 971? Why am I blinking this? It doesn't matter. No, I meant 20. I was living in 2015. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So, but regardless, that joke is now the bit's been lost. So, the 254 is just absolutely incredible. This is a beyond dominant season. I don't think there's any doubt that they are the most dominant team in first, at least in recent history since 2005. Probably maybe next to 71, but that could be unthrown pretty quick here.
Yeah.
Did I say 971? Just 71. If I said, I might have
said 71.
I did. Okay. It's getting late. I'm slipping.
It is. It's been a long season. Tell you that.
Thank you, though, everybody. So with that said, Christine, we're going to be giving away your drawing here. Any last things from Wordplay All Day that you want to talk about before we give this away?
Yeah, so like it's been posted online from 254, they're going to be handing out some awesome stickers in memory of Mark Leone at both the Houston Championship, and then Rev Robotics and my team, 125, will be handing them out in Detroit. So make sure you grab one, put it on your robot, put it on your water bottle. I'm really excited to see those kind of spread throughout the community. It's been pretty amazing to see everybody's kind of memories and ways that they're honoring Mark. So.
Absolutely. And by the way, we had a very touching tribute by Libby and Karthik on Candidly Speaking last week about Mark Malone. So please go check that out because it was very, very touching, very emotional as well too. And we miss you, Mark. With that said, we're going to do a drawing. I'm going to ask Nick to put up the T-shirt. By the way, we just got the T-shirt uploaded for Houston. You can go and buy this right now. And it will help support fun. You can show it off. It doesn't matter if you're in the top 25 or not, but we do have group shipping discounts. So it's $5 anywhere in the U.S. and Canada, no matter how many you order. So you can go to shopfirststyle.com or go to First Updates Now and click shop, and that will get you over that. That is live right now, guys. You can purchase it right now. So thank you, everybody's support. With that said, let's do the drawing. And winning is going to be Sean Van Ness, 1720. Look at that.
See, you give a shirt, you get a shirt.
Yeah, give a shirt, give a bunch of Bad Hawks, and now you get a awesome drawing. So congratulations, Sean. Nicely done, sir, and thanks for subscribing, following, and all the ridiculous amount of Bad Hawks that you have given away on our shows. Thank you so much because it has helped support our show and obviously helps get people on. So thank you, Sean. So lots of rigged emotes in chat. Clearly, because he has given us things, we have rigged the polls, so he will win something as well. So lots of rigged emotes in chat, and congratulations, Sean.
All right.
So Justin, that's a wrap for the FRC Top 25. Anything else to go through?
No, it sounds good to me. It's been a great it's been a great time talking about these teams. I'm excited to do it all again next week and break down Detroit after watching an awesome Houston champs this weekend.
And Mike, how about you, man? What are you looking forward to?
No, so it's I'm looking forward to catching Houston on twitch.com/firstinspires1 with the First Champs Live and Robo Sports Network. If you're going to be in Houston this weekend, make sure you seek out Tyler. Say, hey, what's up? Justin and I kind of have always said, like, you guys know what we look like because you see us every week, but we don't know what you look like. So make sure you come up and say hi. If we walk by you and don't say anything, it's just because we don't know who you are.
Yes. So, please don't be offended, by the way, guys, and please introduce yourselves. First is one of those things where it's like, the beauty of it is we get to meet so many people. I suck at names so bad, and I feel so bad about it.
Yeah, so please, we love talking to you guys, and we always have time of day for you. So come up and say hi. If you're at Houston and your team was on the 1 through 25, you'll be seeing Tyler. He'll be handing out
and Libby too.
Oh, and Libby, sweet. On Friday for your robot stickers, and then in Detroit, like I said earlier, it'll be a bunch of us will be there. So. And so as Tyler just said, don't forget you can pick up a T-shirt as well and wear that around championship. I don't know if you'll get it in time for Houston, but
probably not.
Probably not. But you can wear it proudly in your hometown and let teams know what you've been up to.
Absolutely, guys. So thank you, everybody who has watched tonight. Hey, guys, it's been a great season so far. We still have more. We will be continuing the offseason as well. So we can't wait to keep bringing you fantastic content. Go check out Funalysis if you didn't catch it earlier today. We had an awesome match breakdown of Ontario Finals 1, as well as New England District Championship Quarterfinal 1, Match 2, and then a special one with Karthik that if you watch, you'll see. But, guys, all we ask, go tell people about what's going on with this. We are starting to build a fantastic community here, and we want to keep it going. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your support, and especially those who have subscribed and donated and given bits, guys. It means so much to us to show that you recognize us. I call it value for value. We're providing a free service to you. You don't have to pay anything, and many of you don't. But, man, if everybody could just give $1 or something, we'd be set. I mean, seriously. I mean, we're trying so hard to try to give you guys great content, and we appreciate those who respect that in turn and have been able to support us as well. On behalf of myself, Mike, Justin, Christine, and our producer Nick working behind the scenes, thank you, guys. Good luck to everybody competing at Houston. Next week on Monday, we will have our recap of Houston, as well as previews for Detroit, and then the FRC Top 25 for Detroit on Tuesday. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Monday, and hopefully see some of you at Houston. Talk to you next time on First Updates Now. See you then.
Yeah.